Thank you for downloading another edition of the Saturday Drop-In on Highland Hospital Radio.
On this week's edition, I'm joined by the wonderful, fabulous co-host Jess.
Hello.
Hello. We've had Danny comes in today. Danny G.
Danny.
Phil Walker, who you team up with for this week's edition of This or That. And you were quite a good team. I won't give it away. Won't give anything away, but you were a good
secrets.
Team. It was World Animal Day today, so your
Indeed.
This or That is facts about animals. We also had Beat Detective, which it's been called easy by some people.
Yeah, but for someone that doesn't know any music titles or any music artists, it was quite hard.
Okay, fair enough. We also had Guess the Year as well. Coming up just right away, we're going to go straight into our special interview with the team from Change Mental Health Suicide Bereavement Support Service. So just to let you know, we are going to have the interview with them. We are going to be discussing suicide openly. So if that's a wee problem or a wee bit of an issue for you, you might want to skip ahead and we'll have all the usual features. So we'll get into the show, and here's that interview with the team from the Suicide Bereavement Support Service. So we're joined today on the Saturday Drop-In by Annalie and Tom. They are from Change Mental Health's Suicide Bereavement Support Service. Well, thank you both for coming in to see us today. Welcome along to the show. How are you both?
Good, thanks for having us.
Not a problem at all.
Thank you for having us.
Really interesting to find out about the Suicide Bereavement Support Service. So, Annalie, why don't you just give us an overview about what the service's aims and objectives are?
Okay. So, we are the Suicide Bereavement Support Service. Me and Tom are both practitioners in the service, so we're from the Highland team, and we support people in the Highlands and Argyll and Bute who've been bereaved by suicide. So anybody that's been affected by suicide or bereaved by suicide can come into service, and they will get matched with a practitioner who will provide personalised, person-centred, open-ended support to help them through their grief that follows a suicide.
We've had visitors in the past come in to talk to us about suicide prevention, and as much as that is still a key part of your service, you have this sort of focused and specialised view of people who've been affected by suicide. You can step in at that stage and speak to them to try and support them, to try and get them through that process, but also to reduce the risk of suicide affecting them as well. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, so we understand here at Suicide Bereavement Support that being bereaved by suicide is a very complex and lonely and extremely difficult time, and that's where we want to come in and support people to the best of our abilities to help them through that time, because the statistics do show that people can be more at risk of suicidal thoughts if they've lost somebody to suicide, and we just really want to be there for people so that they know they don't have to face it alone. So
Now, Tom, anybody who loses a loved one, be it a spouse, a parent, a child, a friend, the loss of someone is already devastating. Mm-hmm. But there's maybe an extra element to it, that if that death is by suicide, that there can be a lot more unanswered questions perhaps. Is that something that you as a practitioner have to work with people for?
Yeah, exactly. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, really, because with the suicide there is a lot of unanswered questions, and that can be incredibly difficult for someone to have to deal with. Knowing that you're not going to get the answer of something is it's very hard to sit with someone. So we really have a very person-centered approach, and we really try and work with someone in whatever way they want to work with us. We really try and keep the conversation very open, and that's why we're really it's amazing that we can offer support indefinitely, effectively. So there's no time limit, there's less pressure, and it just gives someone the chance to kind of work through everything.
So tell us about the service. How long has it been available in the Highlands, and tell us about some of your achievements and successes so far.
So we've been running for about 4 years, up here in the Highlands and Ayrshire, Highlands and Argyll and Bute, and I think we're sitting at about over 200 people we have supported, and that support looks very different for each person. Sometimes people are in service for a couple of years, sometimes they're a year, sometimes they're a few months, a few weeks, whatever that person needs. We're about over 200, and I guess the feedback from our clients has been really, really positive. We've really helped people in some of their darkest days to find a little bit of light, and that's just what we love to hear as practitioners, because it's what they're going through is so difficult. And so if we can just provide that safe space, that non-judgmental, confidential, person-centred space just to be with that person, then hopefully we can just get them to a point where they feel like they can process and they can find a little bit of light in such a dark time.
So how would someone come to be in your service? How does someone get a hold of the support that you offer through the service?
People can, we have like a free phone number, 0800 471 4768, that someone can call just to refer in. A lot of the time they might be referred in via the police or via another, like a community link worker, another kind of profession. So there's people like across the Highlands and Argyll and Bute that have our information, so they can forward us on, forward their details on. But yeah, we also have an email address as well, suicide bereavement support at nhs.scot, that someone can get in touch with us.
Mm.
And you mentioned sort of the police there, so if they're having to attend a family member or relative, is it at that stage where they can say, look, here's how you can get some support, and they sort of signpost you your service at that point?
Yeah, exactly that. So often when the police will have to kind of go through this, they'll have like a pack of information that they'll give to someone. So if this has happened to you, there's like a pack of leaflets with different support services out there, and we'll be in there, and you can give us a call through there.
Mm.
So how do you find, is that how the majority of people get in touch with you? Is it right away after a bereavement through suicide? Or could somebody who's listening today have been affected by it, 1, 5, 10 years ago, who still is looking for some help and support? Can they reach out to you still?
Absolutely. And I think that's what's so brilliant about our service, is that you can self-refer in. We do get a lot of referrals through, like what Tom said, the police or a GP surgery or community link worker or some sort of support worker. But you can self-refer in. So if somebody who's listening right now has been affected by suicide and feels that they want to talk about it or talk through it, just kind of open up a wee bit, they can phone the telephone number, they can email us, and the beauty is that they will get somebody will be in contact with them within 24 hours. There's no waiting list, so they can effectively support can start very, very soon. They'd get matched with a practitioner almost within a few days, depending, but very, very quickly, and support can start there. So it doesn't matter if you've lost somebody to suicide, very, very recently, or if it's been years ago. We're still here because we know how long it can take, to, I don't know, how would you describe it, like process to navigate this time, and there's no kind of time limit on it.
Because the outcomes won't be the same for everyone, will they? That you won't have like a line in the sand which is equal for everyone to say that they've reached that point and they've now resolved everything, because that resolution will look different to all your clients, I should imagine. You'll see different outcomes from different people, but still a success as such.
Of course, and because everyone's different and everyone's going to process this differently, and we're all very unique, and like I say, we process things differently. So for all of our clients, like you say, progress or where they want to get to looks different. And I think what I would say is we're here for whatever that looks like for you. We're here to support you, whatever that looks like, and wherever you need to get to be, we will try our very best to support you through that.
I think we sort of pride ourselves on how quickly we can get in touch with people as well, and how we can really be there within like 24 hours and get someone and talk to them within the week sort of thing. And how our team, that's made up of 5 practitioners across the Highlands, Argyll and Bute, that we have that really varied experience, and it's something we really feel is of value, and to listen to people.
Well, we are going to take a wee pause for a moment so we can catch a breath here. When we come back, we'll be finding out more about the Suicide Bereavement Support Service with Annalie and Tom. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back here on your Saturday drop-in. That was Busted and Year 3000. It's a big hit here in the studio, and it's a big hit with Annalie and Tom, who are here from the Suicide Bereavement Support Service. They are specialist practitioners in supporting people who have been affected by suicide. We've been talking about the service, but we just wanted to go back and focus on something there, which was the type of support. We mentioned that we have people who come in and speak to us, and people people in the community who are there when people are in crisis. Your support is more about the sort of long-term after effects around a suicide. So if people are reaching out to you, it's important to understand that you're not there with an immediate response. It's about getting back to you maybe the following day, as you say, the 24-hour mark, and reaching out within a week. So how would you agree with that you're about a longer term approach rather than the immediate crisis?
Yeah, no, exactly that. It's it is kind of that long-term support. That's kind of what we're here for, kind of thing. So if someone gets in touch with us, we'll respond to them quickly, and then it's we'll set up like appointments, and we'll have so we can either do like video calls with someone, we have phone calls. I think that's our most common support, or we can do in person if kind of geography allows, because obviously we support people in different parts of Highland and Argyll and Bute, so it can kind of more remote areas. But and that longer term support is really the emphasis of the service. It's that, and that's kind of our marker really.
So if somebody gets in touch by phone, they won't actually get put through to a person. It's going to be a voicemail that they need to leave.
Yeah, so when they phone the number, which we'll give those details at the end, but when they phone the number, they will reach a voicemail. So that's meant to happen, and you just leave your name and your telephone number, and somebody will get back to you, like we say, in 24 hours. Or there's email as well. You can send us an email, and again, we'll get back to you within a day.
And again, as much as you're here for the post effects, we always just want to remind everyone who's listening that if you are having that mental health crisis, if you are in trouble right now, of course we've got people like the Samaritans who you can get in touch with. Breathing Space is another one online. So if there's something affecting you now, folks, then please do look out for these services and reach out to them. And if you're listening and thinking, I am going through this different type of crisis, this thing that something's happened to me and I want to discuss it and I want to talk about it, I've been affected by suicide, then please, you two, the specialists here, are the people to get in touch with.
Yeah, and I think I want to kind of reiterate, we want to hear from you. So if you're listening right now and you're thinking, I don't know if I do kind of want to talk about it, but we want to hear from you. And again, we're here to support you wherever you are in your journey, your grief journey, we're here to support you, and we want to hear from you.
You actually mentioned earlier on about the referral service. You can refer yourself. You don't have to go through your GP. And I suppose even in society these days, we like to talk about it more. I'd like to think we're better at talking about it here on the hospital radio service, as well as promoting good mental health, signposting people where there's the support for that, and also talking openly about suicide, because it is affecting so many people in the Highlands. So many people taking their own lives in this part of the country, which is far greater than anywhere else in the country as well. So it's great that we have the support services for us. And a lot of people who have been affected by suicide, someone that they love, someone close to them has taken their own life, and they might feel like there's a stigma that means that they can't reach out, or they don't want to go through the conventional means of going through a clinical approach. So it must be so positive for you that you have that avenue, that they can come straight to you, this confidential service, and you are trained specialists in what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great, and I think it's another brilliant part of our service is that you can self-refer in. You don't have to go through, like you say, you don't have to go through your GP. You can just get in touch with us, and you'll get straight through to us. And it's a confidential, free. I want to reiterate that it's free. This doesn't cost anything, and it's it's a free service, and it's for anybody over 16 who has been affected by suicide. I don't know if there's anything else you want to.
I think like just to kind of go on from what Annalie said, the training of the support staff we have is everyone's fully trained to kind of provide that support. But I think one stat that really stuck with me through the training was that 135 people are affected by every suicide, which is a staggering amount of people, and it really shows how wide-reaching the impact can be. So. And there is a lot of stigma today about speaking about it. So we really do encourage you, if you're feeling like you want to talk about it, then please do get in touch with us.
And I've even just going on from that, I'm sure I read the statistics for the suicides in Highland last year were 45, I think. So if you times that by that number, you've got to just think that the ripple effects it has in our communities, and it's happening. Like in the Highlands, it's happening, and the numbers are high. And we just really want to just make sure that people know that we exist.
And in small communities as well, across the Highlands and Argyll and Bute, we've got these sort of smaller communities, little villages and stuff, where one suicide there, that's an entire community that's affected by it.
Totally.
Absolutely.
So it's important that people know it's Highlands, it's Argyll and Bute.
Yes.
All the people who are listening to Highland Hospital
Yes.
Radio, that this is this service for you. It's not just in the city. It's not just in Inverness. It is the whole region that's
absolutely.
that's there to be looked after.
And I think we're aware of, like, obviously we speak to people in those small rural communities as well, and we know the difficulties of being in that environment and going through this, and that word spreads around, and can be kind of scared to talk. So we can be that person to listen when you're not sure who to talk to.
Yeah.
So why don't, just to wrap up, let us know the contact details again for reaching out to your service.
Okay, so we've got the telephone number is 0800 471 4768. And do you want to do the email address?
Yeah, I'll read the email address out. So,
I like how you're sharing. Sharing responsibility.
Very generous of me.
So yeah, you can email us. It's just suicidebereavementsupport@nhs.scot.
Now, what we'll do is, if you've missed those details, of course, you can listen again on the podcast and on the Listen Again service, but you can also go along to our website, hhr.scot, and if you click on the news page, you will be able to get those contact details from there as well as some more information about the Suicide Bereavement Support Service and links to all of their sites as well. Well, folks, thank you so much for taking the time to pop in and see us here at the studios today. Even if we just managed to reach out to one person,
absolutely,
then I'm sure that's a great success. So, Tom, Anneli, thank you very much for popping in, and hopefully we'll pop in and come and see us again. It'd be great to have you again.
Thank you
And
very much for
us.
having us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
As the Go-Go's and our lips are sealed here on your Saturday drop-in. It's Tom Nelson with you. No Shannon today. She's having a wee break. I think she's got some visitors up seeing her, so she's having the day off. She might be listening for all we know. If I say anything negative about her, then we'll soon find out that she is listening. But I'm pleased to be saying I'm joined in the studio today by two wonderful co-hosts. I've got Danny. Hi, Danny, from Mondays and Thursdays. And
I've been called a lot of things, but not wonderful. Ever.
That's not true. Helen loves you. She's been raving about you for years at the quiz every year.
Is she?
Yeah, she usually had some wine by then, but it's all good.
Some.
Mm-hmm. And hello to Helen. Also, through in Studio 2 just now, Jackie's here. She's another quiz alumni. She's just joined us here at Highland Hospital Radio. She's going to be presenting shows very soon indeed. If you like musicals, then Jackie's going to be doing well for you. She might pop through and say hello in a wee bit. But also, I'm going to say an old hand of Highland Hospital Radio. She does the Christmas Day show every year from the children's ward. She pops in now and again just to keep me company. Hi, Jess.
Hi.
Jess is here as well. And you can join us all by emailing studio@hhr.scot. Let us know if there's a song you want to hear. Coming up, we've got your usual features. We've got your Guest of the Year coming up in just a few moments' time. I've handed out the clues to the team here, and they can peruse they can check over the papers to see if they want to have some guesses. Well, there's already a few sighs happening in the studio.
Oh dear.
We've got, and even though we're only at the start of our 2-hour show, we're already looking forward to the last song of the show. As Beat Detective, we test your cryptic clue skills to see if you can figure out the song that's to come. Today, I was just asking the guys off air, did you know it's World Animal Day today? The stunned silence says it all there, yeah. Well, listen, it's like Radio Presenter 101. You go on to awarenessdays.co.uk and it tells you that it's National or Worldwide Animal Day. So this week's This or That quiz is all about animals. I've got 10 facts.
About animals.
About animals. You just need to tell me if they're true or false, Jess. It's as simple as that. And when I typed into, that search engine that nobody obviously knows which search engine I'm talking about, but that one.
Yeah.
I typed in 10 interesting facts about animals for children. So no pressure here, Jess, but I've kind of set it up for you to succeed at.
Yippee.
Good stuff. It's the Venga Boys and Boom 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 here on Highland Hospital Radio. Big fans of Venga Boys here. I enjoyed that. I don't think anybody else did in the studio, but that's all right. So we're wondering, how are you doing, folks? Because we had Storm Amy. It's the first named storm of the year last night. I mean, I don't know about you, Danny, but up our way, we were right up at the top. The old Craig Derrane Hospital, up past New Craigs, and it was blowing a hoolie last night. And because we were right on the end of the row, the whole house was shaking at some stages. It was a right bad storm. I don't know what it was like whereabouts your neck of the woods is.
Yeah, well, we're up quite high as well. I was just thinking about the Venga Boys. Did you deliberately pick that song, Boom Boom Boom, because of the...
No.
Because of the storm?
On the way in, I was thinking of putting some Stormzy in the system, so there might be some Stormzy coming up.
Yeah. We've got one of these weeping willow trees in the front garden. But it's having a rest at the moment.
Is it just having a wee lie down?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I've checked the roots, they're all intact, so it's just hauled it out.
It's completely come out.
It will go back in.
That's horrendous.
But yeah.
Unfortunately, 2 cars in our street have had a tree land on top of them.
Top of them.
Yeah, the car's completely written off. It's a real mess, unfortunately.
Wow.
When we drove past out of the street, there was loads of people chopping down the trees trying to get it out.
Yep. Had chainsaws out and all sorts, so some real damage up our way. And for everybody who's listening, if you're in the Inverness area, if you know that road up the 82 and you come off for the crematorium and cemetery, we're up the top of the hill there. There's the back road that comes down, and it was completely covered in bushes, branches, trees. You're really having to take care of it.
And then the opposite side of the road was, when we were driving past it, they were shutting it down.
That's right, yes. So you can't at the moment get up the A82 from the Torvain roundabout. You're getting sent up across Kinmiley's, and I think you have to do the back road out. You're heading almost out towards Bewley to try and get around, is it Abraken? I think you're up that way. So yeah, if you're listening live, if you're out and about today, if you really don't need to go out, I would strongly advise you staying and listen to us.
And of course, in the Black Isle, there's parts of it no power until Monday.
Was it 60,000 homes across, according to SSE? I mean, we had the lights flickering last night.
We didn't have anything go off.
Nothing went off, thankfully, yeah. But the street opposite us, we were right on the edge of it, so, Bishop's View and that area. But yeah, 60,000 homes without power this morning. And, I mean, like you said, Danny, it's going to takes days for them to try and recover from that. I remember last time, they had to draft people in from England, from the National Grid, to come up and sort out the wires. Amazing. But the thing is that Storm Amy, and we were chatting about this on the way in, Jess, how on earth do they choose these names? So you've got some info on that for us.
The names are mostly
you're right,
selected by the public in the UK, Ireland and the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's the 3 weather agencies that sort of coordinate the storms for the season.
Yeah.
So how did we get to Amy? What was that all about?
It was more like they selected Amy because it was the most popular female name in the Met Office. And that's why they selected it.
So it's the office staff of...
There's a lot of Amy's that work for the Met Office, is that basically it?
The problem is, I was thinking, if you were wanting to name a storm, because the storms are bad, you're not going to name it after yourself, so do you think it's somebody in the office that they don't like? That's the name that you put forward. So we've had Storm Amy. What's the next few that are due to come when they get named? What have we got?
We've got Storm Bram.
Bram. B-R-A-M.
And then there's Chandra,
okay.
and then of course your favourite, Storm Dave.
Storm Dave.
Dave.
We're going to have
Hello,
a Storm
Dave. Thanks for coming, Dave.
How unintimidating is Storm Dave? But you were saying, Jess, what's it going to be like in years to come?
It's like they'll talk about the storm in schools or something. It's when the massive storm, if it's a massive storm, if Storm Dave ever hit, they're going to be talking about it as just
the most unintimidating storm ever. Dave, do you remember when Dave hit? No. What else we got on the list?
We have Eddie.
Eddie.
Storm Eddie, yeah.
Storm Eddie.
Storm Eddie's coming at you.
Just like Eddie.
It's I don't know how you say the name.
Go and spell it out for us.
It's Fionnuala.
So
Fionnuala?
Fionnuala? So we're thinking, because it's shared between Ireland, the UK and the Netherlands, we're going to get different, different types of names. So it's quite interesting. So then we go from something really exotic and foreign to
Storm Gerard.
Storm Gerald.
Gerald.
It's not Gerald. It's
it
Gerard.
Gerard?
It's Gerard.
Gerard.
Do you think it's a soft G? Is it Storm Gerard? Is coming to get us.
Do you know what my middle name is?
It's not Gerard, is
it?
it?
Is.
Oh my goodness. I would have preferred Storm Danny, although Storm Dave's pretty good as well.
Storm Dave.
Yeah.
Does it alternate? I've not looked at your list, but does it go like a male name, female name? Do you think it alternates each another? Does it?
I mean, you've got like it goes from Amy to Bram, then Chandra, then it goes Dave, Eddie. So I'm not really
maybe
sure.
not. No, it doesn't seem to. What else we got? Let's get us up to at least halfway through the alphabet. Let's get up to
And
M.
then we have Hannah,
Mm-hmm.
and then Isla,
Oh, Storm Isla. That sounds devastating. Yeah.
and then Cassia, I want to say,
Cassia. Okay.
and then Lilith,
Storm Lilith.
and then Storm Marty.
Storm Marty. Oh, I wish it was Morty. That would have been good. But Lilith, was that no? That's. I'm going to reference the 90s here, Danny. Was that no Fraser Crane's nasty ex-wife or something? Storm Lilith. There'll be a few guys scared of that one, I'd imagine.
I knew I recognised the name from somewhere. You got a better memory than me.
Oh, when it comes to TV things, that's. I say it's my go-to. It's a good thing, but I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing.
Well, I'm listening.
So we've got up to M. Do you want to give us the full list? Let's go for it, because W will surprise you.
Then we have Storm Nickel, then Oscar, then Patrick,
Storm Patrick, sure.
and Storm Ruby, Storm Stevie.
Storm Stevie.
I don't know how you pronounce this one either, but it's Tadhg.
So I'm guessing that must be one of the Gaelic ones from Ireland. Tagged. I don't know. I'm opening that up to anybody that wants to get in touch with us. Tadhg. Don't know how you pronounce that one, but hopefully the storms don't get that bad that we get to the letter T and we find out.
Yeah. We have Storm Violet, and then W is Storm Wobble.
Wobble.
WUBBO.
Storm Wobble. Now that's got to be an office nickname or something. And you know it's W, so it's very rare we get that far into the storms, isn't it?
Do you know? I think when they got to the end, they'd already had a few glasses of the old vino or something.
So there you go, folks. Hopefully we don't get to W, but that is your storm name. So we've had Amy. But it's still really windy again tonight. In terms of disruption, I certainly know a lot of the ferries are disrupted across the north of Scotland. Your rail services are pretty much non-existent today, for a change. The buses are affected. I know Highland buses were off. I know Stagecoach were affected, and a lot of road closures as well. So you know what? If you do have to make your way around today on Saturday, please just really take care. And if you can put it off to tomorrow, try and put it off. Go Take That and the Floods. And we've got a question for you folks. What was the year? That's your first song for this week's edition. That is The Flood by Take That. It's taken from the best-selling album of our Mystery Year, Progress. That there is the first single from the band since the return of Robbie Williams. Yes, when Robbie Williams came back to Take That, that was their song that they got to number one as well. Take That's all right. I can give her Take That, Jess. Any opinions? Any thoughts at all?
I don't know.
Meh. Good. Yep, I don't mind that at all. Well, we've got some clues for us here. Jess, do you want to start off? We've got some TV stuff.
David Tennant makes his final regular appearance as the 10th Doctor in the second part of Doctor Who Festival Special, The End of Time. This final episode to be written by Russell T Davies until 2023. The episode also sees the debut of the 11th Doctor, played by Matt Smith, and was watched by 10.4 million viewers.
So it's Matt Smith takes over from David Tennant as Doctor Who. That's our mystery year. I don't know if... Now, there'll be some people already are saying, well, I've got it, that's easy. Some people get it from Take That. Some people wait until the sport round because they know that there's certain sporting events. Also on TV this year, it was the end of a long-running TV series, The Bill. The Bill, which was... It featured the characters of Sunhill Police Station patrolling London streets since 1984. But in our mystery year, it was axed by TV bosses. Apparently, we weren't that into TV series anymore, so ITV decided to cut the bill.
I remember when it started, 1984.
1984. It was a one-off episode called Wooden Tops.
Is that what it was called?
That's
my,
was that the
pilot?
Useless information again. It was on ITV. I think they had like sort of one-off series, like one-off episodes of things. Because that's how London's Burning started as well. It was one of these like one-off dramas, and it got commissioned for a full series, and it kept going until, well, we don't know when it kept going until. We'll need to find out.
I feel as though you used to got out more in those days.
I don't know about that. This year was also the last year of GMTV, as the show would be rebranded to Daybreak, with former One Show hosts Adrian Chiles and Christine Bleakley presenting. 6 Days Yorkshire police drama series Heartbeat airs its last episode. Now, for me, Heartbeat, that was always on a Sunday evening, and after Heartbeat, it was bedtime for school the next day. So Heartbeat, I've got mixed feelings about that, because that was always a symbol of, I need to go to bed now. As soon as Nick Berry started singing at 5
Every loser wins.
That was it.
Was it?
Yeah, no, well, he sung the theme tune of Heartbeat,
Yeah.
but yeah, Every Loser Wins was his EastEnders single. We've got it on 45 here in the vinyl library.
Oh, right.
So if there's anybody at all who wants Nick Berry's back catalogue, we've got it here. Have you got anything else, Jess?
Matt Cardle wins the 7th series of X Factor. His winning song "When We Collide" is covered by Biffy Clyro's "Many of Horror."
Yeah, 7th series of X Factor. So again, if you know when the first one was, you're on to a winner. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever watched a single episode of X Factor, Pop,
Idol.
Okay. All the other ones, they're just not for me.
I've only ever seen the clips on like social media.
Oh, right, so yeah, you'll get because they still do like America's Got Talent and Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
So you get the clips from that. And who's the accordionist up here? It was Rumac, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was at Belladrum this year. That was like a big draw for them.
Yeah. I think the trick with, or it used to be the trick with Pop Idol and X Factor was that they used to do the auditions in the hotels or whatever, and it was fantastic for the first few weeks because there were some real crackers in there, and you know that was really good viewing. But then when it got down to the ones, actually these are quite good, so you end up watching pretty much a kind of variety performance, so it loses a bit of its magic.
And it must have got about quite the same, like the last sort of 5 or 6 episodes of every series, they've already picked sort of who's who. It's already been, you kind of know them already, so it's just to come on and do a turn and go. So like they say, it's a cabaret show every week. But
it's a bit like Strictly. I'm not a big fan of Strictly. First couple of weeks I like to see them getting thrown around the floor, and I don't think that happens much now because they're so well trained.
So I don't really watch Strictly. We used to watch it a long time ago, and you and your mum used to get into it, Jess, quite a lot.
Yeah, when we lived down in like the central belt, we would go over to my grand's house and we would just watch it every Saturday.
So it was a big deal back then, but it's kind of lost the edge. And I think I was overhearing my wife. She was sort of catching up on the highlights, and the person who was doing really well that week, he used to dance. He was in Billy Elliot, the stage show.
Well,
so I'm like, well, hold on a minute. He's a professional
How does that
dancer.
even work, then?
It's totally unfair against some ex-politician who has 2 left feet. And
I mean, if you and I went on, I'm sure we would be excellent. The same way that we've got faces for radio.
It's that kind of same thing. I'll watch the Olympics or a sport on the telly. I'm like, aye, well, they touched the bar there, or only 9.7 metres, and I'm sitting on the couch, just eating chocolate and drinking cans of juice and thinking I'm as good as them. We also had a surprisingly successful TV debut this year. Speaking of politicians doing crazy things after they leave politics, as Michael Portillo grabs a copy of Bradshaw's Guide and takes to the rails for some great British railway journeys.
Good show.
It's a good show. It's one of these surprise. I don't think when they commissioned that they thought it was ever going to be as big a hit as it turned out to be.
No.
But it's a really interesting programme. And now he goes. Well, he's done Ireland as well now, and now he's over in. He's done. I think has he done Australia or anything? But he's done all over Europe, and I think he's done America as well. So, and you know what? He seems like a decent enough guy. I did see him once getting off the Caledonian Sleeper at Inverness.
Yes, I saw that one as well. No, it's good. I think it's also quite interesting just to lose track a wee bit about how these television programmes are commissioned and who commissions them. I mean, when I first saw Gogglebox, I thought, this is fantastic. So someone has actually gone in and said, right, I've had a great idea for a TV show. We're going to watch people watching TV. I mean, who then thought, that's a great idea?
Surely in that meeting they were laughed out of the office.
Yeah.
You'd like to think so anyway. And then suddenly somebody randomly has commissioned it. It's bizarre. We'll jump into sport. Buckie Thistle are crowned champions of the Highland League in this year. During the season, some big scorelines are seen, with Clachnacudden defeating Strathspey Thistle 8-0 at Grant Street during the season. And Nairn County had the highest away score of this season. It was the same scoreline, 8-0 against Fort William, although I think Fort William were they were down in the doldrums for quite a number of these years. It's the 125th edition of the Scottish Cup final. It took place at Hampden this year. It was bad news for the Highlands though, as Ross County couldn't bring the trophy back over the Keswick Bridge as they were defeated 3-0 by Dundee United. Do you want to get the next one, Jess?
The Winter Olympics were held in Vancouver. Team GB comes away with only 1 medal, but at least it was a gold. The medal was grabbed by Amy Williams in the women's skeleton.
Hold on. Do you know what the women's skeleton is?
No.
So, imagine you've got a tea tray and you've got a big, like, quarter-mile long ice run, and you lie head first, face down on this tea tray, and you have to navigate down this course at about, I don't know, what the speeds are insane. It's probably 70 miles an hour. They go down on ice. And Amy Williams from Team GB UK, she won it. And I think that her training facility was literally somewhere in like Milton Keynes or something, a little 20-metre run, and that's how she trained. But yeah, so it's this crazy idea. You lie flat on your stomach on this it's like a sledge almost, very, very small, and you have to guide your way down this track at crazy speeds. Please don't sign up for that at school. Just, stick to the safe stuff like shinty. And also in this year, the FIFA World Cup takes place in South Africa. The victory for Spain was almost impossible to hear due to the droning sound of the vuvuzela, a plastic air horn that were handed out in their thousands in the stadium. The response to the horn saw it being banned by FIFA. It was like buzzing hornets or something. It was just this constant drone when you watched the matches on the television that year, I remember.
That was a nightmare. My kids insisted on having them.
Of course.
And we were in Spain when Spain won the World Cup, so just unbelievable.
That'd be phenomenal. I think we were in Tenerife when Spain won the Euros. So that was an excellent experience as well, because all the staff were basically, they'd come off their shift just to watch this in the hotel with all the guests as well. It was really, really good. Shall we jump into some movie chat? We'll just do it very, very quickly. Your top 5 movies of this year. At 5 is Inception at 35.2 million. Christopher Nolan movie there with Leonardo DiCaprio. Alice in Wonderland. This was Tim Burton's version of Alice in Wonderland. Of course, starring Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, because that's like a holy trinity that only ever happens together. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. So that was the second last movie. It's at number 3. Toy Story 3 comes out in this year, and it is number 2 in the UK charts. And at number 1 was Avatar. It grossed £74.2 million, directed by James Cameron, starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana and Sigourney Weaver. Very finally, because we've run on a wee bit, because why not? In the news, the UK elections held in this year result in a hung parliament, which lead to the first coalition government since the Second World War, with the Conservatives aligning with the Liberal Democrats to see David Cameron, remember him, good times, become Prime Minister. Global air travel is affected, severely disrupted, by eruptions of the Icelandic volcano. Now, does anybody want to have a go at pronouncing the Icelandic volcano that caused all of these problems? Danny, I'm over to you.
Oh, heck. Eyjafjallajökull.
It's not bad. Do you want to hear the official pronunciation? Here it comes.
Eyjafjallajökull.
You went far away there.
I think it was a bit away.
The eruptions emitted a massive ash cloud which caused damage to several aircraft, leading to many airlines cancelling flights over Europe. And our final clue for you, it was the 30th Brit Awards, featuring live performances by Lily Allen, Lady Gaga, and a greatest hits mix by Robbie Williams. Winners on the night included Kasabian for Best Group. We also had JLS took the Best Single Award for Beat Again. And the best album went to Florence and the Machine for their album Lungs. So there's all your clues, folks. Let us know what the year was. Email us studio@hhr.scot. Here is Florence and the Machine taken from that album. It's Dog Days Are Over. So it's Florence and the Machine, Dog Days Are Over, as part of Guess the Year. Well, we've had a few messages coming in. It's worth saying we've not had any wrong answers today. So thanks to everyone who has got in touch on socials. We've had a couple of emails as well. I'll go through the names later. Also here in the studio, we had Danny. He's just nipped next door to speak to Jackie, and Phil Walker's kicking about as well. And him and Danny were both 4 years out. There's certainly no t-shirt for that's for sure. They all thought it was 2014, but of course it was in fact 2010. So well done to you for getting that. Danny's nipped out. He can only do 1 hour at a time at his age, so he's had to pop off for the day. Now he didn't want me to say this when he was here, but our mystery year which was 2010. Danny, as he was leaving, said, "Do you know what? I collected a gold award for MFR, or, well, it would have been Moray Firth Radio to give it its full name back then, at the Sony Awards, which is the most prestigious awards in radio." And Danny, that was the year that, as the person in charge of MFR back in the day, won an award. And he was like, "Oh, you can't talk about MFR." I was like, "Well, yeah, we can, because, loads of history, loads of folk who were involved in hospital radio helped set it up back 40 odd years ago when MFR started." And, I don't know. Do people still listen to... I don't know. Do you listen to it, Jess? Ever heard it?
What?
Exactly. Great answer. We've still got Beat Detective is going to come up. We'll give you the clue for that in just a few moments' time. And also we've got This or That on World Animal Day. Jess is in with me because Shannon's having a wee Saturday off. So my daughter Jess is here. Phil's also here in the background as well. He's just hovering about, keeping us company, and we've got Jackie in the other studio. You and I have spent quite a good bit of time together this week, Jess, because you tried to get me to do equations and fractions to help you with your maths homework, and it's the first time where I've actually been properly drawn into action to try and remember stuff.
Watch the video.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. You know what? Actually, what you were doing this week was great, because you came in and said, "Help me with this math stuff for your revision that you were doing," and this. What your school uses, the software they use, for every problem there's an accompanying video which explains how you work out how you do it.
On how you do it.
Which is great. So you and I was relearning how to do fractions.
It was like adding and dividing fractions.
Yeah, and then you're having to simplify expand the fraction.
It expands it, decrease it.
Then if you're adding whatever, if you divide,
add it, then decrease it, then simplify.
Exactly. So I was so Phil's shaking his head in horror here. You're probably like me, Phil. You've been through this again. Your daughter would come to you for help with maths homework and stuff back in the day.
I was no help at all with maths. If it was to do with English and language, I was fine. But numbers don't work for me. I
can't do numbers, but I think we got through it, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, well, the test is really for you, Jess, because you were the one who had to go and then do your maths tests and stuff. So, and how are we feeling about that? We confident, less confident?
Well, there was 2 different tests, and I feel more confident in one than I do in the other. And
tell me, did any sort of mishap happen with your test? Have you learnt a valuable lesson about test papers?
Yeah.
And what is that valuable lesson, darling?
Check if it's double-sided.
Always check if it's double-sided. There's people from our generation who'll be shouting out front and back at that, yeah.
Or it has PTO at the bottom.
Exactly.
Of the page,
Always check the back. So a valuable life lesson. But the bad thing is, everybody kind of made the same mistake, didn't they?
No, it wasn't more so that. It was the fact that we started a lot later than all the other classes did. So our teacher went and asked the head of maths in the department, asked if we could have another 10 minutes just so everyone could look over it.
Good. Well, that's fine. And how we feeling? Be positive. Do you feel like you did your best? Because do you know what, darling? That is the most important part. How do you feel you did?
Good.
Did you give it your best?
Yeah.
Then that's all I'll ever ask for you. However you do, as long as you give it your best shot. That's really all that matters.
That's it.
Because don't forget, if it all goes wrong, you can end up being a hospital radio presenter like Phil and I. So we're going to see. Phil might stick around because it's World Animal Day. We might get him to test his knowledge of animals.
Oh dear.
And we'll also give some great songs as well. Do feel free to get in touch with us because we are live here at Rigmore. The door's wide open as well. We always do this on a Saturday, so we've got this great view down the corridor to see people popping in and out. So if you are in Rigmore, do feel free to pop down and see us. If you've got a visitor in with you just now and you're looking for an excuse for them to clear off because you want some peace and quiet to listen to the show, send them down to the studio and they'll get a song on. But even if you're listening anywhere across the whole NHS Highland area, do check us out on your go to the website as well, check out the schedule and get in touch with us that way, or email studio@hhr.scot. If you know someone who is in hospital across the NHS Highland area, point them in the direction. We've put a video on TikTok and on Instagram that shows you how to get onto the free patient Wi-Fi and how to listen to hospital radio completely free. It doesn't cost you a thing on your own device. You can also listen to every other radio station in the world, but don't do that. Listen to hospital radio and listen to Highland Hospital Radio. Well, that was a good advert, wasn't it? Whilst we were playing that song, we were discussing. So 2πr came out, which is what's 2πr again? What do you use 2πr?
It's circumference. Is it? No.
Is it C equals 2 pi r?
C
No.
equals 2 pi r.
And then R.
How do you work out r? How do you work out a
half.
radius? It's half a pi.
Half of
Half pi.
R.
Times D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while we were there, the discussion was how it's hard for as a parent, and Phil, you might want to come in on this. When having gone through all of school, when we had to do all these things, fractions and working out the areas of circles and stuff, and then you come into real life, and then later on in the world, we've got you, Phil's got kids, and I've got you, and you're trying to do this maths homework, and we're trying to stay positive and say, oh yeah, you really need to do well here, and in the back of your head you're going, you'll never use this.
It's the world of education and the world of work, and it's that interface. And when you're young and you're being educated and you're growing up, there are certain principles and things that you need to understand. And you know how to speak properly. You need to know how to count, 1 to 10, stuff like that. But when you get into the world of work, sometimes the practical use of some of these things like C equals 2 pi r and Pythagoras theorem, unless you're going to be a mathematician or a physics teacher or something, you'll never use it.
Exactly, it's a shame. Whereas what they would teach us, what is a pension?
Yeah.
How much of
That's more on the business side of things.
Oh, as long as you're getting that, because hey, folks, if you're listening, this is where I get really boring, because I get really fanatic about pension and saving and planning. I love a spread. Oh, God, I love a spreadsheet. That is my go-to thing. It's funny. I am married to an accountant. Well, she's a qualified accountant, but she's an auditor, so that's like an even more beige level of accountancy. This is just me testing to see if my wife's listening. I'll get a message just shortly. But yeah, I'm the one who loves working with numbers and thinking, how much? What's that percent? Oh, and if I put that in my pension, what does that bring that down by? And even though I'm years away from my pension, I'm like going, that's how much I should have.
Years away?
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, shots fired.
Hey, bang.
Listen, you've just retired, haven't you?
Almost in December.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's you're having a slow into retirement, aren't you?
I'm with you with the spreadsheet things. I think, it's about putting things like arithmetic and maths into a practical context for life. And pension spreadsheet, holiday planning.
Oh, love a holiday planning spreadsheet.
Yeah. Gardening cycle.
Oh, no,
shopping.
Again, that's maybe an age thing. I've not quite reached the gardening cycle phase.
An age thing.
Thank you very much, Tom. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I'll give me a spreadsheet and I'm oofed. Love it. But yeah, planning and doing stuff like that. So yeah, kids, if you're listening, of course, do as best as you can in all your subjects. There's the message from my wife saying, yes, I am listening. Hello, Laura. Do your best that you always can. But yeah, things like seeing business studies and you're learning about, how much money do you lose in tax and how much do you put towards this and
and it's also
skills.
the same thing with English. So I've got an English test coming up, but it's about close reading.
Mm-hmm.
When am I ever going to... So
what does that mean?
Close reading is when you read a paragraph and then you answer the questions based on that paragraph.
Okay.
I don't see when I'm ever going to use that, especially in the text where it's going to be like, you're going to be reading a book, now you're going to answer these questions about what has happened in the book.
What I would say is it's interesting because if it's fiction, more maybe less so. But if you get a job where there's technical manuals and stuff, where you have to sort of dig out, find the really important bits of information, be able to draw that out. I suppose that's a transferable skill from that. Yeah.
I mean, I suppose in our day that was called interpretation.
Ah.
Yeah, that was your English paper was interpretation. So you had to read a passage and then answer questions on what that actually told you. And I think for technical things, that is quite an important skill to be able to. I suppose, for a laugh, I suppose political speeches, interpretation is a great skill.
Phil always brings it around to politics in the end. Do you know it's Patricia Rowley passed away yesterday. Famous, of course. I mean, she was a dame. She's done so much stuff. It's a shame almost that she's probably only really remembered as Mrs. Bouquet. But she did a series. It was the Alan Bennett books, Talking Heads, and she did the television version of this. And that was what I did during my English higher. And I didn't do well, Jess, for English. I'm afraid at my English higher, I actually failed English. Me fail English? That impossible. And so it was based on the Alan Bennett Talking Heads, and I remember watching the video and Patricia Routledge was doing it, and when I was writing the answers on my exam paper in the exam hall, I completely forgot the character's name. So I had to leave. I wrote it out and left a space in the hope that I would remember the character's name. This is the thing you've been doing for 6 months to try, and I totally went blank. And in the end, I had to put Patricia Routledge as the answer, even though I know it wasn't her. I had to put something in. Yeah, and that was the first year of Higher Still, which was 1998, I want to say, when I did my Hires. And I had to phone up and get my results because the postal system, it all went, that year was horrendous for getting your results. And I had to phone up, and the person at the other end of the line, at the SQA line, went, are you just yourself there, Mr. Nelson? I says, yes. Oh, are you sure you want me to tell you your results? And I went, well, yeah, you've started now. He says, well, we'll start with the good news. You got a B for higher music. And I went, that's the good news. Only a B in higher music. That was my go-to. That was what I wanted, an A in. Didn't get that. You got your intermediate 2 in German. It's like, yeah, good. English higher, you failed that. And maths, I'm afraid you failed maths as well. So bear that in mind. Next time you come to me asking for help with your homework, Jess, just remember your dad failed maths and English at high school. But I tell you what, he's doing all right, your dad. He's doing all right. Okay, it's time to play Beat Detective here on Highland Hospital Radio. A competent presenter would have had the music ready for that. Beat Detective is our last song on today's show. It's picked by the super duper computer, and it's always the computer that does it. We don't cheat, honest. The fact that it was Baby Shark last week, we had novelty songs, is by complete chance. And the fact that Baby Shark wasn't even on the system until I put it on the system and put it as the last song, completely by chance, honest. There's a few people have complained and said, I thought it was genuine that was the computer picked the song. Even Shannon. So Shannon does it authentically. She lets the computer pick it, but I don't. Anyway, so your Beat Detective for this week, that was definitely picked by the computer, it wasn't, is your cryptic clue. Your artist is a one-word artist, okay? And your clue is, make sure that barrier is air and watertight. Phil's giving a visual clue, which in the world of radio is, not working, I'm afraid. So, make sure that barrier is air and watertight. That's your artist, one word. And your song is made up of 4 words. This thorny, romantic flower gives you a peck on the cheek. This thorny, romantic flower gives you a peck on the cheek. That's your Beat Detective for this week. If you've missed the clue, or you want to take a bit more time to dissect it, do a critical essay on it, or close reading or interpretation on it, then get yourself over to Facebook and Instagram. Have a look for Highland Hospital Radio, and the Beat Detective clue is there for you to check out. Now, what we'll do is we will have a little bit of Lady Gaga, and after that, we are going to play a game of this or that. It's a nice simple, it's just a true or false. I've got 10 statements about animals, because today is World Animal Day, and we'll see how you get on with that. So, in the meantime, Lady Gaga, and we'll be back with this or that after this. Now then, shall we play a wee game of this or that? Every week on Highland Hospital Radio's Saturday Drop-In, we have a very easy quiz, because Shannon's my usual guest, she pops in from time to time, part-time co-host. We like it nice and simple, so we like a 50-50 quiz. Is it this or is it that? Usually we come up with some fun names for it, but I'll be honest, I struggled this week to come up with a funny name. If you want to send them in, you can let us know. It's studio@hhr.scot, but it's World Animal Day. So, your UNESCO's buildings and stuff, but, United Nations, different organisations come up with their awareness days, and today's World Animal Day. So, I've come up with 10 statements concerning animals, and it's going to be just nice and simple, true or false. No funny titles or anything. Is the thing I've said true, or is the thing that I have said false? Phil's still here. Phil is still here.
I'm still here. That's
Phil from Tuesday nights, and Jess is here as well from her once a year appearance on the Christmas Day show, and she gets drafted into Super Sub from time to time. So, are you ready for your first statement?
Indeed.
For our animal true or false game. Elephants are the only animal that can't jump. Elephants are the only animal that can't jump.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Elephants are the only animal. So you think other animals? So elephants are the only animals that can't jump. Is that true? Yes, it is true, because there's lots of animals that can't jump. Elephants are not the only animals that can't jump. Sloths, hippos and rhinos are also unable to jump. Elephants, like other large mammals, have bodies and legs built to support their immense weight. Feels a bit like me, to be honest. Not for the spring or unique leg structure needed to move around the ground. So well done. Yes, that was true, and you both got it right. Ping. Next. Octopuses have 3 hearts. Octopuses have 3 hearts. What are you saying to that?
That's true.
True.
Oh, they've jumped straight in with true. And you would be right, yes. Octopuses have 3 hearts, 2 branchial hearts that pump blood through the gills to oxygenate it, and 1 systemic heart that circulates the oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. The systemic heart stops beating when the octopus swims, which is why they tend to crawl rather than swim to conserve energy. Oh, are we learning stuff as well as a true or false quiz?
Wonderful.
Yes, please. Number 3. Some insects have 8 legs. Some insects have 8 legs. Oh, they're having a wee discussion amongst themselves here. So who's answering on behalf of the team?
No.
What are you going for?
False.
I think she's been influenced.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it is false. You're correct. Yeah, that's the whole thing about insects. There are no insects with 8 legs. By definition, insects only have 3 pairs of legs. Organisms with 8 legs are members of... You want to jump in, anybody? Do you know the name of the sort of branch of creature that has 8 legs?
Arachnoids.
It's arachnidia. Yes, so arachnids. So spiders, ticks, mites, scorpions, and their relatives. It's like Uncle Scorpion and Auntie Tick. You know, that's what they mean. That's what they mean, isn't it? These are so far 3 out of 3 correct. Number 4. Flamingos are born with pink feathers. Flamingos are... oh my goodness, they both looked... The look that I just got there, they both looked at each other just... he's talking nonsense. Hey, guys, what's your answer? Flamingos are born with pink feathers.
False.
You're going for false, and you would be right. Absolutely not. No, baby flamingos are not born pink. They hatch with dull greyish-white downy feathers that gradually change to their iconic pink and red hues as they grow, a process directly linked to their diet, which contains carotenoid pigments from sources like...
Carotenoid.
Yes, thank you, Gesundheit. From pigments from sources like algae and shrimp. Number 5. You are so far on for 100% here. Polar bears have black skin. Polar bears have black skin. Is that true or false?
Yes.
Oh, they're whispering. They're all doing. You know, it's like there's not any other people in the quiz. You can talk to each other. It's like there's other people taking part that you're whispering.
Yeah,
so
we don't want you to know.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll give you the question again. Polar bears have black skin.
Okay, their skin is not white.
It's not white.
It's definitely not white. Is it black or is it something else?
I'm pretty sure, because we used to do quizzes in primary school. I'm pretty sure
Where do you think I got
that's
this
been
from?
brought up.
Right. Okay. So well, is it true or is it false? Polar bears have black skin. True or false?
Let's say true. then.
True.
Yeah, let's go true.
You would be correct. Yes, true.
Well done.
Polar bears have black skin. While their fur appears white because it's actually transparent and reflects the visible light, the black skin underneath helps them absorb heat from the sun's rays, a crucial adaptation for surviving the cold Arctic environment. We're halfway through and you're on 100% here. I mean,
Wow.
it is.
Have you and Shannon ever got that?
No, absolutely not. Don't think there's ever been a... This could be the first ever 100%. Question number 6, or statement number 6. Only mammals hibernate. Question number 6. Only mammals hibernate. Oh, there's no whispering this time. There's a deathly silence here.
Oh, this could be the trick question.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I do that? Would I
Yeah.
have a trick question? Goodness no.
There's probably some mammals that don't.
Yeah,
That's
but then
probably
there's
the trick.
Yeah.
Trying to think of them.
Oh, I might have to get the old TikTok clock sound effect on here. You are
Um,
stalling a bit. The statement is only mammals hibernate. True or false?
I think it's a trick. I'm going to say false.
Yeah.
You're saying false?
False.
Are you sticking with that?
Yeah.
False. No. Not only mammals hibernate. Some insects, amphibians, reptiles, and even one bird species also enter hibernation-like states. Hibernation is a survival mechanism where animals dramatically slow their metabolism, heart rate, and breathing, and lower the body temperature to conserve energy during periods. So yeah, you're well done.
What is the one bird?
Well, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
I
I'll
see,
tell
I
you
see, I
later. Number 7. Statement is, a hummingbird can fly backwards. A hummingbird can fly backwards. Is that true or false?
Probably. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's true. Let's go true.
Yeah.
They're going for true. The common poorwill. The common poorwill is the only bird that hibernates.
I see.
I was just.
Of
it was
course.
just.
You have to think about it for a
It was
second.
there.
You know?
It was there. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. A hummingbird can fly backwards. Are you saying true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are correct. Yes, a hummingbird can fly backwards. Yes, hummingbirds, the only bird that can fly backwards, thanks to their unique rotator cuff and wing structure, which allows them to flap their wings in a figure-8 pattern. This capability is crucial for their survival, enabling them to efficiently feed on nectar from flowers and avoid predators, making them the only bird species who is able to do that. Number 8. Oh, these are still in for 100%. The pressure must be building over on that side of the desk. A camel's hump stores water. A camel's hump stores water.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think it
I
does.
think so, yeah.
Yeah. We'll go true.
It's false.
It's not water.
It's got like, is it like fat or something?
Something else.
Well done, Jess.
Yeah.
Yes, it is fat. No,
It's something
camel humps do not store water, they store fat, which serves as an energy reserve and can be converted into water through metabolism when food is scarce. The common belief that humps hold water is a myth. Unlucky team. But still, you're on for 90%. So you are still...
Have you and Shannon ever got 90%?
Oh, of course we maybe have. Do you know what? It's one of these weird... You know me and I love a spreadsheet. We actually don't have a spreadsheet of all the
You don't
results.
have a spreadsheet?
Can
No.
you believe that? No,
There's no way.
We've never kept the scores because, at the end of the day, it's all a bit of fun. But I think I'm winning. Number 9. Male seahorses give birth. Male seahorses give birth.
True.
True, you would be correct. Yes, seahorses are the only species where the male experiences pregnancy and gives birth to their young. Number 10, it's the last one. You get this one right and you've got 90%.
I thought that was
which is
number 10.
No, if only. You're nearly there. Get this one right and you've scored 9 out of 10, which is a still very respectable score. Dolphins have names for each other. Dolphins have names for each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true.
They've said true. Dolphins use special whistles to communicate, almost like how we use names. Each whistle is unique to an individual. Well done, team.
Yahoo.
Yous have got 9 out of 10. You only fell victim to the camel hump. There's a high five delivered. Everybody's happy. That was this week's This or That, which we'll bring back to you next week here on the Saturday Drop-In. Thanks to Phil. He's probably going to nip off now, so we'll say cheerio to Phil, and thanks very much. Tune in on Tuesdays when Phil and the Tuesday night team are here for...
Making tracks.
Making tracks, that's...
Honestly.
Read the schedule.
Read the schedule. Now, a bit of business to deal with here. Beat Detective. Your artist. The clue was.
Make sure that the barrier is air and water is tight. Is the artist.
Yeah.
And
So what we'll do the artist for. Make sure the barrier is air and watertight. So if you make sure something's watertight, what have you done to it?
Shrunk.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah, but if you've pushed it all together
Push
to
it.
stop things going through,
You seal it.
you seal it. So is the answer seal.
Seal.
And the song?
The song is The Thorny Romantic Flower That Gives You a Peck on the Cheek.
So what do you think, Jess? What's a thorny romantic flower?
A rose.
And if you get something, a peck on the cheek, what's that?
A kiss on the cheek.
So is it Kiss from a Rose by Seal?
Maybe. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Who knows?
Not us, that's for sure.
Well, folks, it's been great to be with you again. Thank you so much for your company. We'll leave you in the capable hands of Seal, and we will catch you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was this week's episode of the Saturday Drop-In here on Highland Hospital Radio. Jess is laughing at me because I've literally just finished doing the intro and I'm revealing the magic here that we just go straight away and I know that we just go straight into the outro. Jess, how would you rate that show out of 10? What are you giving it there?
Let me think.
I don't like that you hesitated there, but that's cool. Okay.
10 out of 10.
Thank you very much. Was that because of your input? Do you think that's what brought it up to 10?
Yeah, because I'm like just so like cool and stuff. If I wasn't here, it would have been like an 8 maybe.
Well, that's a bit harsh on Danny and Phil.
No, I'm joking. For your performance.
I know, I'm just winding you up.
For your performance.
I know, I'm just winding you up. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed our animal quiz because you and Phil teamed up and made a really good team. Well done in getting 9 out of 10, 90%. On this week's edition of This
It was
or
actually
That.
10 out of 10 because as proven during the song, you didn't specify what type of camel it was, and there is some type of camels that do store water in their humps, so it was 10 out of 10, 100%.
Disagree strongly. I mean, Phil,
don't care.
I think it's, Phil can go and do whatever research he wants. I'm sticking with it. He's got 9 out of 10 and be grateful
10
for
out of
it.
10.
9 out of 10. Guess the year was a good laugh as well. Well done for you for reading out the stuff. I really appreciate the help this week. Your co-hosting was on fire.
Yes.
I enjoyed our chat about me trying to help you with maths when I failed maths. That was good. Now, if you're regular listening to the podcast, just to let you know, we're not here now. Well, you're not here because you only come in every now and again. But when you do, you're brilliant and it's good fun, and I like doing the show with you. It's good to have a father-daughter thing for us to do. Oh, well, I'll be honest, I do. But next week we're not here. I'm not here, and I'm not here for the next 3 Saturdays, and I feel bad. Well, we're not going to keep saying to people where we are, because there's a lot of people who would love to go on holiday who can't.
Yeah.
Because, of course, they're listening to hospital or whatever. But, yeah, we're off to somewhere sunny. And because I feel guilty that I'm leaving Shannon for 3 Saturdays in a row, I'm going to be here in 2 Saturdays' time, and I'm going to do the show live from our holiday. So I need to pack all my podcasting equipment.
The whole desk.
The whole day.
If we get stopped at the airport, it's because we've got an entire desk for a podcast.
An entire radio studio that we're trying to go and sneak through customs.
Yep.
It's the first day of the new passport system as well for Europe, so that can only go well. I cannot wait to be standing in a queue at the airport for hours like we have done in the past. So yeah, Shannon's here for the next 3 weeks. That's a fact, a given. She will be here. I'll be here in a couple of Saturdays' time remotely. Jess, you gearing up? Do you want to do the Christmas show? We'll come here on Christmas Day again and do some requests for the kids who are in the Highland Children's Unit.
Unfortunately, here for Christmas.
I said if they're stuck in here, we come along and try and play them some songs and cheer them up a wee bit. And I'm quite proud of it. We do really well with it, I think. As always, if you ever want to get in touch specifically about podcasting or the podcast stuff, socials at hhr.scot, or just check out the website. In the meantime, we're going to head off because it's my birthday tomorrow. Don't like to talk about it, but yes, it's my birthday on Sunday. So if I get this out on time, my birthday's tomorrow. However, I think I'm probably going to wait until Monday to put this out, in which case my birthday was yesterday. Anyway, I'm going home now because I believe there is a treat, there is a surprise waiting for me when I get home.
I cannot spill the secrets.
Well, we'll find out when I get home. So we are going to hit the roads. Take care, folks, and we will all catch up with you very, very soon indeed. Bye-bye.
Bye.